Namaste to all. Ram Ram. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnuhu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejas Vinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste to all. Today we continue Bhagavad Gita, the 16th Adhyaya, Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Let's quickly revise shlokas 1 to 10 and then we'll continue with 11 to 20. Any volunteers for doing the first few?
Hello.
Namaste. Ram Ram.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் ஒண்ணு ஃபேன் ஆஃப் பண்ணு. ஓம் ஸ்ரீ பரமாத்மனே நமः. அத षोडशोऽध्यायः दैवासुर संबत विभाग योगः. श्री भगवान् उवाच अभयं सत्त्वसं शुद्धिः ज्ञान योग व्यवस्थितिः दानं दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम् अहिंसा सत्यमक्रोधः त्यागः शान्ति प्रभैषुणम् दया भूतेष्व लोलुप्त्वम् मार्दवम् क्षीरचापलम् तेजक्षमा त्रिदिशौचम् अद्रोहो नातिमानिता भवन्ति सम्पदं दैवीम् अभिचा तस्य भारत दम्भो दर्भोऽभिमानश्च क्रोधः पारुष्यमेव च अज्ञानं चापि जातस्य पार्थ सम्पद मासुरीं देवी सम्पत् विमोक्षाय निबन्धायासुरी मता मा शुच सम्पदं देवीम् अभिजातोषि पाण्डव द्वौ भूतसर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् देव आसुर एव च देवो विस्तरश्च प्रोक्तः आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु प्रवृत्तिं च निवृत्तिं च जनान विदुरासुराः नौ शौचं नापि चाचारः न सत्यं तेषु विद्यते असत्यमप्रदिष्टं ते जगदाहुरनीश्वरम् अपरस्परसम्भूतं किमन्यत् कामहैतुकम् एतां दृष्टिमवष्टभ्य नष्टात्मनोऽल्प बुद्धयः प्रभवान् युग्र प्रभवन् युग्र कर्माणः क्षयाय जगतो हिताः काममाश्रित्य दुष्पूरं दम्भमान मदान्विताः मोहाद् गृहीत्वा तद्ग्रहान् प्रवर्तन्ते शुचिव्रताः.
Last line. Mohat grihitva sadgrahan pravartante shuchivrataha.
Mohat grihitva sadgrahan
Grahan.
sadgraha. Yeah. Sadgrahan pravartante shuchivrataha. Sadgrahan. Mohat grihitva sadgrahan pravartante shuchivrataha.
Change the yeah, that's what mommy is saying. Pravartante shuchivrataha. Without breaking pravartan. Very nice.
Shuchivrataha.
Very good. Very well. Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Okay. Who can repeat after me today? Yes, Jyotsna.
Ram Ram Aunty.
Ram Ram. Chintamaparimeyancha
Chintamaparimeyaam cha
pralayantamupashritaha
pralayantamupashritaah
kamopabhogaparamaha
kamopabhogaparamaah
etavaditi nischitaha.
etavaditi nischitaah.
Very good. Chintamaparimeyancha pralayantamupashritaha
Chintamaparimeyaam cha pralayantamupashritaah
kamopabhogaparamaha etavaditi nischitaha.
kamopabhogaparamaah etavaditi nischitaah.
Very good. Ashapashashatairbaddhaha
आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः
ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम्
ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम्
अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्
अन्यानेनार्थसञ्चयान्
आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः
आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः
क्रोधपरायणाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः
ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्
ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यानेनार्थसञ्चयान्.
वेरी गुड. इदमद्य मया लब्धम्
इदमद्य मया लब्धम्
इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इदमस्तीदमपि मे
इदमस्तीदमपि मे
भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्
भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्
इदमद्य मया लब्धम् इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इदमद्य मया लब्धम् इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम्
इदमस्तीदमपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्
इदमस्तीदमपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्.
Did we lose you just now?
Once more, auntie.
Is my voice audible?
Your voice is audible, auntie.
Is my voice audible?
Audible, auntie. It's audible.
It's audible. Okay, we lost
Mm.
you there. Well,
Oh.
I was not able to hear. Both are audible. I was not able to hear you. Can you repeat 13 one more time, Jyotsna?
Full slokam, auntie.
You can say the question.
इदमद्य मया लब्धम् इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम् इदमस्तीदमपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम्.
Very good. Asau maya hata shatruhu
असौ मया हतः शत्रुः
hanishye cha paranapi
हनिष्ये चापरानपि
ishvarohamaham bhogi
ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी
siddhoham balavan sukhi
सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी.
asau maya hata shatruhu hanishye cha paranapi
असौ मया हतः शत्रुः हनिष्ये चापरानपि
ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी
ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी.
वेरी गुड 15th one आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि
आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि
कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य
इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः
इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः
आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः
यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः.
वेरी गुड अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः
अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः
मोहजालसमावृताः
मोहजालसमावृताः
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु
पतन्ति नरकेषु च
पतन्ति नरकेषु च
अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः मोहजालसमावृताः
अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः मोहजालसमावृताः
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु पतन्ति नरकेषु च
प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु पतन्ति नरकेषु च.
वेरी गुड आत्मसम्भावितास्तब्धाः
आत्मसम्भावितास्तब्धाः
धनमानमदान्विताः
धनमानमदान्विताः
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते
दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
विधिपूर्वकम्
विधिपूर्वकम्.
वेरी गुड आत्मसम्भावितास्तब्धाः धनमानमदान्विताः
आत्मसम्भावितास्तब्धाः धनमानमदान्विताः
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्
यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेन विधिपूर्वकम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पम्
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं
कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
मामात्मपरदेहेषु
मामात्मपरदेहेषु
प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः
मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान्
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान्
संसारेषु नराधमान्
संसारेषु नराधमान्
क्षिपां यजस्रमशुभान्
क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान्
आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान्
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान्
क्षिपां यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वे full line, right?
yes.
आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
very good आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः
मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय
ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
and the dvitva rule is there mamaprapyaiva
Oh.
which I recently learned, so we'll have to get used to the dvitva rule. Okay, dvitva means saying it twice when there is a sanyukta aksharam.
Okay.
Would you like to try Jyotsna 11 to 20?
Try panra aunty.
There is something needs correction, I will tell you.
Okay aunty. चिन्तामपरिमेयां च प्रलयान्तामुपाश्रिताः कामोपभोगपरमाः एतावदिति निश्चिताः आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः
Dvitva rule there. कामक्रोधपरायणाः
कामक्रोधपरायणाः ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यानेनार्थसञ्चयान् इदमद्य मया लब्धम् इमं प्राप्स्ये मनोरथम् इदमस्तीदमपि मे भविष्यति पुनर्धनम् असौ मया हतः शत्रुः हनिष्ये चापरानपि ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्य इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः अनेकचित्तविभ्रान्ताः मोहजालसमावृताः प्रसक्ताः कामभोगेषु पतन्ति नरकेषु च आत्मसम्भावितास्तब्धाः धनमानमदान्विताः यजन्ते नाम यज्ञैस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम् अहङ्कारं बलं दर्पं कामं क्रोधं च संश्रिताः मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः இன்னொரு தடவை சொல்றேன் ஆண்டி செகண்ட் லைன்
Yeah, go ahead.
मामात्मपरदेहेषु प्रद्विषन्तोऽभ्यसूयकाः
Correct.
तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु
Very good.
आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्
Very good. Very, very, very nice.
Thank you, Auntie Perivasharanam.
Perivasharanam. Okay. Summary, Dr. Usha, would you like to try?
ஹரி ஓம் ஜி.
Ram
ஹரி
Ram.
ஓம்.
Hari Om.
ட்ரை பண்றேன். சாப்டர் 16 இது வந்து தெய்வாசுர சம்பத் விபாக யோக அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். அதாவது என்னன்னா நம்ம உடம்புக்குள்ள எல்லாருக்குள்ளேயும் ஜீவாத்மா இருக்கு. அதை வந்து ரியலைஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம அதை வந்து ஒருத்தருக்குள்ள பகவான் இருக்கார் அப்படின்னு நம்ம அந்த டிவைன் குவாலிட்டியை முதல்ல ரெஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணி நடந்துக்கணும். அதனால அதை நம்ம வந்து பண்ணும்போது 2 தடவை, தட் இஸ் அதுல உலகத்துல இருக்கிற மனுஷாளுக்கு 2 டைப் ஆஃப் குணங்கள் வருது. அது 2 டைப் ஆஃப் குவாலிட்டி வர முடியும். என்னன்னா ஒண்ணு வந்து டெமோனிக் குவாலிட்டி, ஒன்னு வந்து டிவைன் குவாலிட்டி. ஸோ நம்ம வந்து அந்த டிவைன் குவாலிட்டி எல்லாருக்குள்ளேயும் இருக்கிறத உணர்ந்து நம்மளோட ஃப்ரீ வில்லை எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணி நாம அந்த டிவைன் குவாலிட்டிஸை சூஸ் பண்ணணும். ஸோ அதனால முதல்ல டிவைன் குவாலிட்டினா என்ன, டெமோனிக் குவாலிட்டிஸ்னா என்ன, அது ரெண்டுத்துக்கும் வித்தியாசம் என்னன்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டாதான் நம்மளால அந்த சூஸ் பண்ண முடியும் ஃப்ரீ வில்லை யூஸ் பண்ணி. ஸோ அதனால முதல்ல என்னென்ன டிவைன் குவாலிட்டிஸ் அப்படின்னு அவர் சொல்றார் ஸ்லோகங்கள்ல. ஸோ டிவைன் குவாலிட்டியில முதல்ல வந்து அந்த ஃபியர்லெஸ்னஸ். ஸோ ஃபியர்லெஸ்னஸ்ன்றது எவ்வளோ இம்பார்ட்டன்ட்டு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்லிகிட்டே போறார் அவர். ஸோ அட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் ஆஃப் தெய்வீக சம்பத் முதல்ல. ஸோ அதுல வந்து அபயம், சித்த சுத்தி, ஸ்டெட்ஃபாஸ்டட்னஸ், இந்த பாத் ஆஃப் ஞானம். அதாவது எப்ப நம்ம உறுதியா இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த ஞானத்தை நம்ம தேடி போறச்ச கொஞ்சம் கூட வழுவாம இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு. அப்புறம் தானம். தானம் வந்து யார் யாருக்கு என்னென்ன கொடுக்க முடியுமோ அதுதான் தானம். மெட்டீரியல் தான் நம்ம முதல்ல நினைச்சுப்போம் தானம்னா, ஆனா அப்படி இல்லை அது. ஸோ யார் யாருக்கு எது எது இருக்கோ அதை வந்து மனசுல மனம் வந்து கொடுக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். அப்புறம் தமகன்னா ஃபோக்கஸ்டா இருக்கணும் மைண்டு. சாக்ரிஃபைஸ், ஆஸ்டிரிட்டி, தபஸ், அப்புறமா ஸ்ட்ரெயிட் ஃபார்வர்ட்னஸ், திருப்தி. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் சொல்றார். அப்புறம் அஹிம்சானா நாட் ஓன்லி பிசிக்கல் பட் ஆல்சோ மென்டல் அண்ட் வெர்பல். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம அஹிம்சையை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். சத்தியத்துல இருந்து தவறாம இருக்கணும். அக்ரோதா, தியாக, அப்புறமா ஆத்ம சாந்தி, அப்புறமா இது நோ குரூக்கட்னஸ். எந்த இதுலயும் மனசு வந்து நம்ம குறுக்கடா போகக்கூடாது. கருணையா இருக்கணும், பிரியம் இருக்கணும், நோ லாங் லிஸ்ட் ஆஃப் டிசையர்ஸ். அப்புறமா அது பண்ணும், அது வேணும், இது வேணும்னு எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் அந்த மனசு வந்து நம்ம அலைப்பாய விடக்கூடாது. அப்புறமா ஜென்டிலா இருக்கணும், மாதவம் அந்த இது சொல்றேன். அப்புறமா மாறுதம். அப்புறமா நோ ரெஸ்ட்லெஸ்னஸ். அதுதான் எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் ஃபிக்கிள் மைண்டடா இருக்கிறது, பிசிக்கலாவும் அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது. அது மாதிரி. மூணாவது வந்து தேஜஸ். அப்போ வந்து அந்த முகத்துல வந்து அந்த பிரகாசம். அப்ப ஷமா, அப்புறமா திருப்தி, அப்புறமா சௌச்சம், அப்புறமா அத்ரோகம், அப்புறமா ப்ரைடு இல்லாம இருக்கணும். ரொம்ப கம்பேஷனோட ப்ரைடே இல்லாம இருக்கணும். அப்புறமா ஹேட்ரடே இருக்கக்கூடாது அப்படின்னு சொல்றார். அத்ரோக. அப்புறம் இதெல்லாம் வந்து தெய்வீக குட். ஆனஸ்ட் இருக்கணும், ரொம்ப நேர்மையா இருக்கணும். இதெல்லாம் தெய்வீக குவாலிட்டி. அப்புறம் இதுக்கு வந்து இதுக்கு ஆப்போசிட்டா என்ன இருக்க முடியும்? தம்பம், கர்வம், அரகன்ஸ் இல்லையா? அப்புறமா குரோதம், அப்புறமா யூசிங் ஹார்ஷ் வேர்ட்ஸ் ஈவன் டு நம்மளோட சபார்டினேட்ஸ கூட ரொம்ப அவமரியாதையா பேசுறது, அவளை வந்து ஆணையிடுறது, அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கக்கூடாது. ரொம்ப சாதாரணமா சாத்வீக குணத்தோட இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ இந்த டிவைன் குவாலிட்டிஸ்ங்கிறது அந்த சாத்வீகம் அந்த குணத்திலேயே நம்ம குணத்திரை விபாக யோகத்திலயும் நிறைய பார்த்தோம். ஸோ அதையே இங்க கொண்டு வர மாதிரி தோன்றது. டிவைன் குவாலிட்டிஸ் வந்து தே ஹெல்ப் அஸ் டு ஸ்டே இன் மோக்ஷா. The demonic qualities lead us to the bondage. So அந்த பத்னானின்னு சொல்ற அது வந்து நம்மள வந்து அப்படி கட்டி போடுறது. அது ஏன்னா நான் தான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் இருக்கேன், நான் தான் பெரியவன், அந்த மாதிரி அது வந்து நம்மளை எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் அந்த உடம்போட கட்டி போடுற மாதிரி நான் நினைச்சிட்டேன். ஸோ அர்ஜுனன் கிட்ட சொல்ற, நீ வந்து இத பத்தி கவலைப்பட வேண்டாம், ஏன்னா உனக்கு வந்து நிறைய தெய்வீக குவாலிட்டி இருக்கு, நீ வந்து தெய்வீகத்து வழியில போறதுனால உனக்கு அத பத்தி கவலைப்பட வேண்டாம்னு. சோ தேர் ஆர் 2 attributes இதுல 6வது ஸ்லோகத்துல சொல்றதுல, தெய்வீகம் அண்ட் அசுர குணங்கள் தான் இனிமேல் நான் சொல்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. சோ அவளுக்கு வந்து என்ன பண்ணணும்னு தெரியாது, என்ன பண்ணாம இருக்கணும்னு தெரியாது. சோ கொஞ்சம் கூட பொருத்தமே இல்லாத பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும் விஷயங்கள்லாம். அண்ட் அவ வந்து மனசுல வந்து கொஞ்சம் கூட பியூரிட்டி கிடையாது, கொஞ்சம் கூட நல்ல நடத்தை கிடையாது. அண்ட் அசத்தியத்தையே தான் அவ ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுவா. அண்ட் அவளோட உலகத்துல வந்து ஈஸ்வரனே கிடையாது. அதாவது நம்மளாம் இப்ப வந்து பரபிரம்மான்னு ஒருத்தரை வந்து நம்ம இடைவிடாம பிடிச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். அவளுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு உலகமே கிடையாது. அவ நினைக்கிறா அவாதான் எல்லாத்தோட பெரியவா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அண்ட் இந்த உலகம்ன்றது வெறும் மேல் அண்ட் ஃபீமேல் யூனியனால உண்டானது அப்படின்னு நினைச்சுட்டு அவ வந்து 9வது ஸ்லோகத்துல என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, அவ ஸ்மால் மைண்டடா இருக்கா. கன்சிஸ்டன்ட்லி தே ஆர் இன்வால்வ் இன் ஃபியர்ஸ் ஆக்டிவிட்டிஸ் எப்ப பார்த்தாலும். ஸோ அதனால வந்து இந்த உலகத்துக்கு என்னெல்லாம் இந்த ஈகோ சிஸ்டத்தோட பேலன்ஸையே அவ டெஸ்ட்ராய் பண்ணி, அண்ட் அதனால வந்து எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் நெகட்டிவ் மைண்டா இருந்து அவ வந்து இந்த உலகத்துக்கே ஒரு சத்ருவா இருக்கா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்றாங்க. அப்புறம் 10வது ஸ்லோகத்துல வந்து தே ஆர் ஃபில்ட் வித் எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம் டிசையர்ஸ். எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் அது வேணும் இது வேணும்னு டெல்யூடடா இருந்துட்டு, அப்படி கிடைச்சாலும் அந்த திங்ஸ் ஹாப்பியா இல்ல. எனக்கு இதுதான் வேணுமா இருந்தது, ஆனா இது கிடைச்சிடுது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு கிடைச்ச திங்ஸ்லயும் அவ வந்து ஹாப்பியா இல்லாம இருக்கா. அண்ட் மனசுலயும் ஒரு மனசு புறத்துலயும் சரி அகத்துலயும் சரி ஒரு சௌச்சம், நீட்னஸ் கிடையாது. அப்புறமா டிரான்ஸ்பரண்டா இருக்கிறது கிடையாது. அண்ட் எப்படி வேணுமோ அப்படி நடக்கிறது, எந்த தர்ம நியாயத்துக்கும் கட்டுப்படாம நடக்கிற மாதிரி இந்த டெமனிக் குவாலிட்டிஸ இந்த 10வது ஸ்லோகத்துல டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்றேன்.
வெரி நைஸ், வெரி நைஸ். Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So thank you. So he continues the summary in the next set of few shlokas are a bit scary to read. Okay, we'll continue. Ramji. Okay, so in the 11th shloka, he continues what are some of the qualities and traits of the demonic or asuric people. So he says, Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashritaha kama upabhogaparamaha etavat iti nishchitaha. So what do they think life is? That is what he is describing in this shloka in the view of a person who is not divine, not Deivigam. When the person is filled completely with demonic attributes, how does he view life? How does he view chintam? Always filled with worry. Aparimeyam. Aparimitam means something which is not measurable. Always filled with immeasurable worries. Or we can also see it as constantly caring for something or the other, which are all not related to Bhagavan. So more like we can think about worrying about life, or being constantly attached to or thinking about like materialistic stuff, or even relationships which are fleeting. Pralayantam. Pralayam means the end. Upashritaha, until death. They continue to live like this. They constantly care for only these non-divine things or non-divine vastus in the world. And they continue being like this, pralayantam, till the end. They are like this. And what happens? Kamam. Kama upabhoga paramaha. Kama is basically desire. Upabhoga paramaha, satisfying the desire, is the highest thing that they want to achieve in life. So if a desire is satisfied, they feel that life is fulfilled, life is satisfactory. They want something, they get it. This could be normal desires. In some aspect, the lust aspect also is given here by Bhagavan. Etavat, only this, that's all life is. Nishchitaha, they are completely convinced that being in worry till the end. Sometimes they don't even realize that they are in worry. And then as long as their desires one by one is fulfilled, they think that that is all life is. Etavat means that is all. Iti, what means the life, that's all life is. As long as the desires that we have, the wants that we have, the needs that we have are fulfilled, then life is happy. I have lived a fulfilling life. I have a happy life. That is all they know. That is all they think about. And he continues explaining the desire. We all know desire is the root cause for all the challenges that we have in life. Asha pasha shataihi baddhaha kama krodha parayanaha ihante kama bhoga artham anya yena artha sanchayan. So he says that asha pasham, he is always bound by how many shatam means hundreds of ties of hope. So he's constantly having this desire, asha. Because of that, baddhaha, he is tied. He is not only tied because of that, he also experiences kamam, krodham, parayanaha. He gives into kama and krodha. We have seen before that kama is the one that leads to krodha. When something we expect or desire does not happen, does not work out, is not met, that is when we get angry. So kamam is what leads to krodham. Krodham leads to undesirable thoughts and undesirable actions and words. So he gives into kamam and krodham, and the root of that is basically hundreds of pasham, rope, right? Pasham is basically rope. He is tied by hundreds of rope or hope. You can say that he is constantly thinking that I need this. After that, he has some other desire. Ihante, they constantly strive. They do make effort. And the effort is for what? Only for kama bhogartam. Whatever desire that they have and whatever bhogam, enjoyment they get out of the desire or they want to experience. Anya ena, by other means. Anya ena means unlawful means. They don't bother about whether they get it in a dharmic way. Artha sanchayan, they basically hoard wealth. So here wealth is not necessarily just money alone. It could be any materialistic thing. So if there are women who want to keep buying saris after saris after sari. We want to keep buying jewels after jewels after jewel. There are a few men I know who are so crazy about cars. They'll buy one car, 2 years later they'll buy another car, right? So each one of us have like that in some aspect it is lust. We constantly keep chasing it, and then until that gratification is met, we don't feel happy about it. So I think for some of us in the group might be temples, right? We want to visit temple after temple after temple, and only then that satisfaction is kind of like met. So that it is okay to have that desire as long as it is dharmic, it is sensible, it is not causing. I know Lalita ji in our group is #1 temple python, so I can relate to her. So that desire that we keep having one after the one. So if you classify these desires, we all know, at least when you go to temple, you go to a place with like positive vibration. You're not engaging yourself in activities which are not according to dharma. And then there is supposed to be some positive vibes. If you go to the temple to gossip with your neighboring mommy, then the temple visit is basically useless. But if we truly go to the temple, there are days when I go to the temple, I feel present there. Like I am there at the temple. I am very much present there. When the arati is shown, when mama gives prasadam, vibhuti kungumam, and when I do pradarsanam, I am very much there. There are days when I go to the temple when I just want to put a check mark. I have gone to the temple today. My mind is like so restless on those days. But at least I have made an effort to go to a place which is sattvic in nature. I am not going to a place which will trigger more and more rajasic quality inside me. So that constant desire that we have, anything that we constantly long for, when one is met, we want to switch over to the other one. Like I said, it could be kama, which is desire that we have, bhoga, something that we want to experience and enjoy. But here Krishna says a key word there, which is unlawful, means anyayena, something which is not according to dharma. So if we actually follow, and if we have desires, like reasonable desires, and the word reasonable is extremely subjective in nature. So what is reasonable to me might not be reasonable to somebody else. What is reasonable to them might not be reasonable to me. So the word reasonable itself is extremely subjective. But is it according to the goal that we have in life? If we want to achieve something in life, and and for us, at least in this satsangam, what we want is, we want to lead a better life. We want to be a better person. We want to get closer to Bhagavan. We want to experience good things, experience good vibe, experience the Chidanandam, right? That's what we are all trying for. So at least if the desires that we have are in line with that, then I think it is okay. Now, if it is too much deviation from what we actually want in life, and unfortunately, it is too sad that a lot of us don't know, what we want, what is the right way of life, and we continue chasing. We are in a race, like a saying goes, that we are so much in the race that we are way past what our end point is, and we don't even realize it. So he says that we are bound by hundreds of ties of hope, and that is what leads to kama, and because of that we give in to kama and krodha. And then what does such a person say? He says, idam adya maya labdham, idam prapsye manoratham, idam asti, idam api me bhavishyati punaha danam. So today I have gained this. Adya maya idam labdham. I have gained this today. And this particular manoratham, which is desire, this particular desire, I have met by gaining that. Idam asti idam api me bhavishyati. So what is today mine, bhavishyati, me bhavishyati, will always remain mine. Punaha dhanam, this wealth, so here it is more about the wealth that one makes. So when we make a lot of money, we feel that we equate that to happiness. And unfortunately, people who have a lot of wealth are the ones sometimes, the most unhappy in life. So feeling that I have earned this much money, and through that money I have fulfilled whatever my desire is, and the wealth that I have made today, it is going to be there for forever in my life. Punaha dhanam, that wealth will always be there. They say that in Tamil we call wealth as selvam. So they say that selvadanal selvam, the wealth keeps moving from one place to another, which is why it is called selvam. Sellidal means moving. So only because the wealth moves from one place to the other, there is no loss of wealth, right? It just what is lost for one person becomes gain for another person. So that wealth is just going from one place to another. Just give me a second. Let me switch on the light. It's dark here in Chennai. So much importance is given to wealth. If we sample like 10 people, 8 to 9 will basically say, I want to make a lot of money in life. And when will you stop? I will never stop. And personally, know people who burn themselves out working and working and working, and not paying attention to one's own health, not paying attention to family. Once you get hooked to that applause that you get because of the money or the status or position that you hold at work, they burn themselves. And when I say that, they burn themselves to death, and they don't even realize it. They keep saying, okay, I think I have made enough money. I will quit in probably a year, quit in 3 years, and then do something that I like. But they never are able to do that, because they are so used to the applause that they get from maintaining that job, getting the salary, getting the respect because of the position that they are in. So they never quit. So what is enough? Enough is not something that you will find in such people's dictionary. They feel that we'll keep making money, that by making money, all my desires are satisfied, and the money that I make will always remain with me. It is what is mine today will always remain mine. But the truth is, it is the other way around. In Gita Charam, they say what is yours today will become somebody else's tomorrow. It will become some other person's the day after tomorrow. And that is the law, and we have to accept that. What will remain with us is our core. I think one thing is education. They always say, whatever we learn, people cannot take that from you. So Vidya is something, Jnanam is something which will always stay with you. What you know today, of course, in old age you forget and all that, but whatever we learn, whatever Jnanam we obtain, that always remains with us. Asau maya hataha shatruhu hanishye cha aparat. Aparan api Ishvaraha aham bhogi siddhaha aham bhalavan sukhi. All of us, some level or the other, we have these people in our life whom we think are not in favor of us. So for whatever reason, equation with a few people or many people in our lives don't work as expected. So in our mind, all those who fall into that category becomes Shatru. Shatru necessarily need not be at a war. So somebody who does not get along well with us, somebody who has hurt us, somebody we think is not a right person, we judge and we think is not the right person. So they are all like Shatruhu. And when we win over such people, we feel I have hataha. Hataha here literally means killed. We basically win over that Shatruhu. And similarly, if there are other people, say for example, there is a you have a friend, so-called friend, who actually does not get along well with you. So in the minds, you call that person a friend, but there is a very subtle not so good relationship that is there in mind. So when that person experiences problems, or when you become successful in something, then you feel you won over that person. And when that person suffers, you feel that good, that person is suffering, I am not suffering, I am happy, so I have won over that person. So I feel I have like killed all the enemies, and I will kill any other enemy that comes in my way. And I feel that I am the Lord, Ishwaraha Aham. I am the Ishwara, I am the Bhogi, I am the one who is born to enjoy. Yeah, the one who enjoys Bhokta is pleasure is called as Bhogi. And I am the most successful, Siddhaha Aham Bhalavan. I am the most powerful. And because I have done all this, Sukhi, I am the happiest person on the, how faltered this is. So when I win over enemies, sometimes, they say in Tamil, there is a saying, right? எனக்கு ரெண்டு கண்ணும் போனாலும் பரவாயில்ல, அவனுக்கு ஒரு கண்ணு போகணும், or is it the other way around? So we always think about not ourselves, we always think about how other people should suffer or other people should be punished. So when we win over somebody, or when we think we can win over anybody anytime, we feel that we have that power, we in terms of physical and mental, and that arrogance that comes with the power that we have, and thinking that this is what is the purpose of life. That is all, like he said in the 11th shloka, that is what life is. Thinking that the definition of life is making money, winning over enemies, thinking that I am the Lord, I have every power whatsoever, and with that power I can enjoy whatever I want, and by doing that I am the happiest person on earth. Such a faltered method of thinking, and unfortunately so many of us are into that pit where we think this is what life is, this is what happy life is. So a lot of people think a successful person is happy, success in terms of career, but success may be in terms of marriage and having a good family, but still that person might not be a happy person if he has these asuric qualities. So sometimes we are given everything and we still don't experience that happiness. எல்லாம் இருக்கு, ஆனா சந்தோஷம் இல்ல, that peace இல்ல, contentment இல்ல. So that kind of feeling that we experience, that is because it's faltered. And sometimes these people are so into money, so into the wealth that is made, they don't even think otherwise, right? You're so much into that pit that you don't even realize it is a garbage pit. You just feel that you're happy being in that pit without realizing that it is garbage. I think I have said this in one of the earlier classes. I'll recall that in one of the next shlokas. And then the pride that comes with the fact that money makes us rich, and being rich, we have the power. So, adhyaha, abhijanavan, abhijanavan asmi, kaha anyaha asti, sadrishaha maya, yakshye, dasyami, modishye, iti ajnana vimohitaha. So what do they do? They think that I am rich. Abhijanavan asmi. Abhijanavan means the one who is born in a good family, according to him, in the sense well born. I am born into a family which is equally powerful, equally rich. I don't have to worry about money for like many generations, not thinking about how that money is actually made. And sometimes we know people who make money through unlawful methods and unlawful ways, and we still end up respecting those people, and we can't keep ourselves away from such people, which is also wrong. Kaha anyaha asti sadrishaha maya. Who else is there equivalent to me? Think about the arrogance of such a statement. There is no other person in this world who can be equated to me. And then yakshye is sacrifice. So I will perform sacrifice. In the sense, it could be in terms of rituals that is being offered. And then I will also dasyami. Dasyami means giving. In this context, it is doing dhanam. Modishya, I will be happy. And this person is completely deluded because of ignorance. So even when we do the dhanam just for the sake of rejoicement, or just for the sake of the pride that we want to tell, oh, I donated 1 lakh to this temple, I donated 1 crore to this ashram, oh, I am the person who is helping this child educated. So if that sort of arrogance comes into play, just 1 second. Mala peyirudhu Varshini, Appa is taking you in car. So thinking that I am rich, I am born into a well-to-do family. There is nobody else who can be equated to me. I will perform sacrifice, I will do dhanam, and through this I will experience happiness. Such person is completely deluded by ajnanam, which is ignorance, because he does not know the truth or the reality. Aneka chitta vibhrantaha moha jala samavritaha prasaktaha kama bhogeshu patanti narake ashuchau. So he is bound or taken into many such thoughts, many such fancies. Vibhrantaha is fancy. Moha jalam, complete delusion. It's like a maze of delusion. He is samavritaha. He is basically taken over by that maze of delusion. And prasaktaha, always addicted to the gratification that he obtains from kama bhogeshu, through kamam, which is desire, bhogam, which is experiencing the pleasure. What do they do? Narake ashuchau. Such kind of impure people, they fall into ashuchau, in the sense impure. Narake, narakam is hell. Patanti, they fall. And in some aspect, that narakam need not be the hell, need not be afterlife. It is hell even now. We just don't realize that it is hell. We think we are in heaven, while it is basically hell. So completely aneka chitta vibhrantaha. so many fancies that they have in their mind, the thoughts and desires that they have in mind, and completely taken over by delusion. They are addicted to kama bhoga. So they fall into the impure or foul hell, narakam. So Krishna is clearly stating that there is no hope for these people to gain moksha. If we are one with such qualities, where we have the arrogance, where we feel that we have money, we have the power, we are the most powerful, and every little action that we do, we do it with a lot of pride, thinking the I, right? I am everything, and not doing it with a genuine or pure heart. Then such kind of people are sure to get narakam. Now, if they are born again, what happens? He will be explaining that, and that is something that we have to keep in mind. So we all know the papa and punya that we all experience in every janma. Sometimes we keep wondering why I feel that I am a person with like good thoughts. I do good things. To a certain extent, I am aware of the thoughts in my mind, and I don't want to think ill of other people, even people who have hurt me. But why am I experiencing this kind of sadness? So the single line answer to that is, it is because of the karma that we come with in every janma. In fact, Swamiji says the karma that we experience in every janma is a fraction of the karma that we actually came with, because he says if we actually experience the entire karma, then we won't be able to survive for even for one kshana. It will be so bad that we won't be able to. So in every birth, only a fraction of that karma that we come with is experienced. And then he continues, what are the some other qualities of such people? The 17th one. Atma sambhavitaha stabdhaha dhanamana mada anvitaha yajante nama yagnaihi te dambhena avidhi purvakam. So what else do these people do? They are completely self-conceited. They're always thinking about oneself. No awareness of or empathy towards anybody around, be it humans or be it other living beings. They only think about themselves. Stabdaha, always clinging or always tied to, and then they are so stubborn. Stabdaha, you cannot change their mind. They feel they are always right. They feel whatever they say has to be done. Complete lack of empathy towards other living beings, and they are filled with dhana, mana, mada. So they are filled with intoxication and pride that comes because of mostly dhanam. So they are intoxicated by wealth. They are filled with mada anvitaha. Madam is pride here. So they are always proud about their existence. Proud. Bye. They're always filled with pride, and they are intoxicated. Intoxicated is indeed the word. We usually use the word intoxicated with alcohol. So once a person starts drinking, that person has no awareness whatsoever of what is happening around that person. He does, says, behaves in a way that is so inappropriate, and yet he is not aware. So that is the state of intoxication. So Bhagavan clearly states that this is also a form of intoxication when you're in so much into self, so much egocentric and egoistic as well, that there is no awareness of people around. You are filled with intoxication, which means you don't realize what you are doing. It's convenient. I just thought it's convenient that when we talk about Daivik qualities, we always tend to use we, and when we talk about Asuric qualities, we tend to use they, them. I just noticed that, the first 10 shlokas when we did last class, when we were talking about, Daivik qualities, we have to be patient, we have to be, have these good qualities, and we talk about, the Asuric qualities, they somehow it is not like related to us. Strange are the ways of mind. Yajante is they perform. What do they perform? Nama yajnehi. For name's sake, they perform sacrifices. They perform rituals. Damdhena. And even that they do only to blow their own trumpet. We have talked about it many times before. Like, if we do something, including anything related to Bhagavan, just to show off, either to family, friends, and society, and we want to do it just so that we can show off, then that particular vrata or yajna that we do is of no use at all. And when they do this, they say that they are doing this yajna, but avidhi purvakam. Vidhi is rule. Avidhi is something which is against the rule. They do not follow the audience that is given for the rules and regulations for that particular yajna. They do it in a way that is convenient to them, and they say that, hey, I have done this yajna, and through that yajna I have gained these things. Or they say that I have sometimes we say I did a puja at home, and I had 21 Vaidikas come to my place, and all the homa was done. We did it for like 6 hours, but were we present there during the yajna? Did we do it with our, in Tamil they say atmartama, where our mind and soul is, mind and atma is there in that yajna that we perform? Most of the times, no. We are constantly thinking about something else, wanting something else. A lot of times there is a kamartha puja that we do. So after this, will I get what I want? Or sometimes parihara puja. We do something just to get rid of something, right? So pariharam, yeah, Ashaji says mindfully. Are we doing it mindfully? Lot of times, no. And that is the very trait or quality of mind, right? It does not have the capability to be in one particular place where we actually have to be. It has the quality of sancharam, which is roaming around. So he says this person is constantly thinking about self, so proud, so stubborn, filled with pride and intoxication because of wealth. And whatever yajna, sacrifice that is being done, he does it naam ke vaste, as they say, nama yajnaihi. So just for the sake of doing yajna, yes, I have done this Sudarshana homam, I have done this homam, right? And he does it for for pretense, saying that, yeah, I have done this and I'm a great person because I have done this, and not paying attention to how it should be done. So even when we call Vaidikas, we don't watch for, is the Vaidika doing according to the niyamas that have been said. We want the Vaidikas to perform in a way that is convenient to us. So, I have the bhagyam of being associated with a Vaidika who is very, very sincere. And that Mama always keeps saying, if a homam takes 3 hours or 4 hours, they are not willing to stay for that homam. They keep saying, Chinnada panni mudichidungo, porum. You just do it in a short way and complete it, or 1 hour la mudingo. But if that homam needs to be done in a particular way, it has to be done. The niyamas have to be followed. And he says it's very, very difficult to get people to agree to do something the right way. And he always feels, it is sad that is how our minds are wired. Unfortunately, it requires a change in mindset. If you are doing something, do according to the niyama. If suppose that Vaidika knows only that much, then that cannot be our fault. But We should not be the ones dictating the rules and regulations of that particular yajna that is being done. You do it in a shortcut, you do it in 1 hour and just finish it off, so that you can say, hey, I did this yajna today. It doesn't work that way. If we do something, we have to do it, with complete faith. We have to do it the right way, which is what he clearly states here. Avidhi purvakam. There is no point of doing any yajna if it is not according to the vidhi, according to the rules and regulations. Ahankaram, balam, darpam, kamam, krodham cha samshritaha, mam atma paradeheshu pradvishantaha abhyasuyakaha. So abhyasuyakaha, he basically talks about malicious people. What do they give into? They give into ahankaram, ego, balam, the power that they have, darpam, which is insolence, kamam, desire or lust, krodham, anger. They are always bound by these. Mam atma paradeheshu. So these are people who pradvishantaha means they hate. What kind of people these? He clearly gives a name for them. They are malicious people. Whom do they hate? They actually hate Bhagavan, who is there within them, and also aparadeheshu, in the other bodies as well. So what Krishna has been telling in the other chapters, where he keeps saying it is the same Atma. I am there in all the beings. All the beings have been created by me. Aham bijam. And we have to learn to see the Bhagavan inside us and the Bhagavan in other people also. So when they hate the Bhagavan who is inside them and others as well. And why does that hatred come? That hatred comes because of the ego, because of the power, because of the insolence, the desire that they have, the lust that they have, the anger that always wraps around them. And because of that, they fail to see Bhagavan who is within them and who is in other beings as well. Tan aham dvishataha kruran samsareshu naradhaman shipami ajasram ashubhan asurishu eva yonishu. So these malicious people, these people who are haters of what? Haters of Bhagavan, thinking that they are the Lord. They fail to acknowledge the fact that there is this Parabrahman which has the power, which is that Brahman is what is ruling over the world. And without surrendering to that Brahman, thinking that I have wealth, I am happy, I have desires and I have fulfilled those desires. I am the Lord. I am the one who has the power and wealth. So if we think in that way, then the thought itself is faltered. So Krishna clearly states these are asuric people. These are malicious people. So what does he do? He is Naradhaman, Samsareshu in this world. They are probably the worst of the lot. You pick the worst, and then if we had to rank, then people with this quality are the worst of the lot. What will I do? Shipami means I will throw them. Ajasram, when forever, not just once or twice, forever. Ashubhan, impure, which is dirty. Asurishu, which is asurik. Yonishu, yoni is womb. So he says, I will basically ensure that they are born into the womb of asuric people. Just like he said, if you have the devotion, if you follow karma marga, if you gain that jnana, if you have chitta shuddhi, if you do your duty, swadharma, and you show that sincere bhakti towards me, but for some reason you are not able to complete it in this janma, don't worry, I will make sure that I will give you your yoni, I will give you your womb, which will let you complete your goal in the upcoming janma. So here he is saying the exact opposite of that. So if we don't have all this, then be assured that you will be born in a yoni that is Asurik. I think I have quoted this. This is what I wanted to say. Vishaka Hari, in one of the Upanyasams, she said, we all need to constantly chant Ramanama. We should be associated in divine, associated with the divine. As much as possible, we should keep ourselves in a satsangam that will elevate us in terms of our mental health, in terms of the quality of thoughts that we have. And then, she said, we feel that, all this like comes easily, but there are so many out there who don't even have heard the Ramanama. So the exact line that she said was, Ramanamame illada oru edathila nammala potuta. Right? We are all at least aware of the Ramanama. We know that Nama has the power. And if we chant and write and associate ourselves with the Satsangam, there is some hope in life to realize the true happiness, not the Bhokta happiness, not the Sukhi that this Asurik person defines, right? The actual happiness, bliss that we can experience. And she beautifully said it in one of the Upanyasams. Ramanamame illada oru edathila potuta. If we are born in a family, if we are associated with people who have no idea about Ramanamam, who have no idea about what is the true reality of absolute reality in life, what is the ultimate truth in life, who is the ultimate power in life, then we don't stand a chance at all. At least we all have that chance. In some Janma in the past, we have exercised the free will and we have done something right for us to be born in this Janma and at least continue the journey that for which the seed was sowed many Janmas ago. But there are so many out there who don't even stand a chance. Association with wrong kind of people, wrong kind of thinking, the ego and the power that they feel because of either the power or position or status or wealth that they have, and they don't even stand a chance. They are not even aware that what they are experiencing is not true happiness in life. So like he says, if you are that hater, be assured that you will be put into a yoni which is also Asurik. Given all that has been happening in the past few weeks in Tamil Nadu, I think 19th is very, very appropriate, and so is 20th. I'm not going to take out names, but we all know what I'm talking about. Asurim yonim apannaha mudhaha janmani mam aprapya eva kaunteya tataha yanti adhamam gatim. So what happens when they are born into this Asuric womb? They are completely deluded. Birth after birth after birth, they do not stand a chance until they decide to exercise that free will. Sometimes we fall into the wrong hands and we fall into the wrong association, wrong group, and we end up doing inappropriate things that are not according to the definition of divine qualities, Daivika qualities. But at any point, even we are at the lowest of the low, at any point we have a choice to exercise the free will and come back. Now, what has been done cannot be undone. We will be paying the price of what has been done by us, but at least we stand a chance in the game for us to win. I'm saying game because you have to constantly focus. We want to win this game in the path of realization, right? So in that game, we don't even have a chance to even realize or experience that bliss if we don't exercise that free will. So Krishna clearly says, Janma after Janma, they will be the deluded ones until the clause that we have to give in the brackets there, until they exercise the free will and they are willing to change. They are willing to live the life of divine qualities, divine actions, and divine thoughts. So until then, they will never reach me. They will not come to me at all. And with each Janma, they will go into a lower and lower form. Yanti, they will fall. Adhamam, which is something lower and lower. And Gati means that is the path that they will get. So entering, they will be born into this demonic womb. They will forever be deluded. Mudaha, they are fools. They don't have jnanam. They don't realize the truth of life, the absolute ultimate truth of life. And they will never reach me. Mam aprapya eva. Aprapya means reaching. Aprapya, they will never reach. And they fall. Yanti, they fall into the path which gets lower and lower and lower. And what we need to add here is that, add is that until that person uses the intellect and exercises the free will to come out of the asuric qualities. It has happened to many as well, though, and in general, at a young age, we tend to be more egoistic, more pleasure-seeking, more behind money, more behind the status and position that we have. So sometimes, we want to make that wealth, we want to establish ourselves amongst our peers and family in the society, one way or the other. Even sometimes when we know it is not the right path. And but once that realization is there, what is my focus in life? What is it that I want in life? Once the clarity of thinking is there, then we have a choice. We can make a decision. There are two paths in front of us. Even though we have traveled in one path all along, we have an option to switch to the other path and slowly undo things that we have done. It cannot be completely undone, but at least continue living in a way which will, first of all, help us set the goal. A lot of us don't even have that goal. Set that goal and then work towards achieving that goal. So I think that is very, very, very important. And when we have done a mistake, owning up to the mistake, being accountable for the mistakes that we have done, sincerely repenting and asking forgiveness to Bhagavan. And if we have hurt somebody, then asking forgiveness from that person, right? And then making sure that we don't repeat it. Suppose we have behaved in a very unreasonable way to somebody, asking for forgiveness and then making sure that we don't repeat that behavior. If we ask forgiveness and we repeat the same thing, and when I work with my kids, this is a day-to-day affair. They keep saying sorry for something that they have done and they will repeat the same thing the next day. But they are children. And even with children, I keep telling them, you said sorry for the same thing yesterday. It's like, it might be, after using some household item, just putting it back in place. I'll be like, you have to put it back in your place. Sorry, ma, I will do it. But you said the same sorry yesterday. When you didn't put your book back, you said, sorry, ma, I will put it. You didn't put your clothes back. Sorry, ma, I will put it. But you continue to exhibit the same behavior, but we work with children. Children are still immature. Children do not have the realization and understanding, and we keep working with them. Sometimes it makes us very angry. People with like young children might be able to relate to this, but Once we decide to take the other path of dharma, then accepting what we have done, being accountable for what is being done, and working constantly towards being in the dharmic path that we have chosen. And it doesn't come easily at all. From reading Gita, it seems like these can be like achieved very easily. Like Krishna says, you constantly, whatever you do it for me. Whatever you do, you keep thinking of me and doing it. It is such a tough thing. Like every action that you do it with Ishvara Arpana Buddhihi. Sometimes even actions that we do for Ishvara, we don't think of Ishvara. Such is the fickle mind that we have. So to say that whatever you do it with Ishvara Arpana Buddhihi is so difficult to practice. But once we have decided, then at least making sure that we are working towards that, putting in the effort. When we slip, realizing we have slipped, and again waking up and moving forward. That is what will keep us in that path. Not an easy path. Anything precious is never easy to achieve. And something as precious as Bhagavan, imagine how much of effort and hard work is required, how much of understanding is required, how much of, like Ashaji said, mindfulness is required. We have to keep in mind every action that we do, does it fall into the Daiviga bucket or does it fall into the Asuric bucket? If we keep switching into the Asuric, bringing us back, taking the leash back and bringing it back into the Daivik bucket, right? That we have to constantly work on. I found some of the shlokas here to be like hard hitting, because I think we still have those Asuric qualities that we all battle with time and again. For many of us, that is still predominant. But we are trying to bring the Daivik qualities into the surface. For some, there is still a little bit lingering that is still bad. Especially, I think, anger. For me personally, anger. So when Bhagavan says, don't get angry, anger will lead to unnecessary actions and thoughts which are not required. It is a step back. So anger is something that I battle with a lot. Has it gotten better? Definitely yes. But are there still moments that I get angry and I lose myself? Yes. But at least I am aware and am working towards it. Hopefully everybody in the satsang is also in a similar path where we know we are angry, we know we are unable to accept something, some situation or somebody for that matter, but we keep working towards dropping that anger, accepting and moving on in a healthy way. I will post the shlokas in YouTube. Please do practice, and next week we will continue with the next set. Yeah, Shankar Narayana Mama says habitual offenders. So true. It's okay when they are children, but we as adults with little more awareness of self and mind, we need to behave better. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Harihi Om Tat Sat Mahapariva Sharanam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Jai Jai Shankar.